Good day, everyone, and welcome to the post-mortem of Snownanza 2026. That's right, friends. Other than this stack in the parking lot that we have, it's pretty much over. This is Chamber Chats. As you know, we always have it on Monday at noon, except when we don't, but this is a day that we do. So, here with Chamber Chats, with the other half, no, that's not right, half of the dynamic duo of the Chamber of Commerce directorship is Jody Brock. Good day.
Hey, how's it going?
Uh, Fine. You?
Pretty good. Feeling pretty good today.
Are you?
Yeah. It's like gorgeous outside
It is.
after
It is so.
freezing all last week. It's so beautiful.
It is so.
And that makes my heart happy because it makes me think of spring
Yes. Yes.
and that there will be like an end to
Yeah.
the winter, even though this winter was not harsh. We just had like 1 week, 2
Well,
weeks.
no, we're not out of. I mean,
I
it's just
know.
February.
I know. It's February and some major snow can come in March.
Mm-hmm.
We've had that before. And the groundhog says that there's 6 more weeks of winter.
I didn't catch that. Poxitani Phil said 6 more.
I got that message this morning from my son. He sent a text this
Do you
morning.
know that I know Poxitani Phil?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. The company that owns Magic in Oklahoma City, Magic 104, I worked for a while at their rock station in Tulsa, and they originated that promotion, the company that owns it. So the program director of their radio station in that town is the Poxitani Phil guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
It got so permanent about, I don't know, a bunch of years ago that he doesn't rent his tux anymore. He owns a tux and a top hat. It's a real deal.
Well, I got the message this morning, and it says, "I have terrible news." That was the first part of the text. I have terrible news,
Oh.
and I was like, "What happened?" And then he says, "The groundhog says, or there's 6 more weeks of winter. At least that's what the groundhog told me."
I'll be darned.
So anyway, that's what I've heard. But who knows? Who knows?
Well, and winter in some places is different than in other places.
Right.
You know, like the man that they have hired to run the Salt Fork Center out here is from Laramie County, Wyoming, and he was here when it snowed, and he said it's the first time I've ever seen snow going from up to down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, where we are in Wyoming, it only goes crossways.
yeah, yeah, yep. Well.
So what you got, girl? You got stuff coming up. You
do.
cut off the deal on
Nominations have closed
Have
for
closed.
the Chamber's Citizens Choice Awards.
Did we get a lot?
Yeah, there were quite a few who completed their nominations. A couple who brought theirs in, and that's what we'll have our meeting with our gala committee tomorrow, and next week all of the top 3 will come out. So it's very exciting times, getting stuff together, getting ready for the gala. It's going to be on March 27th. That's a Friday night. So yeah, good stuff.
So the top 3, you're saying the top 3 in each category.
Top 3 in
And
each
there are,
category.
What, 20 categories?
There's like 10, I think. Yeah, like 10 categories, something like that. So
thought there was more than that. No.
Yep. But nominations closed on Saturday. We did get quite a few votes in, and it's always fun to see that who everybody is. Just how people vote and like who they choose, and it's always fun to look at those.
You know, that occurred to me a different scenario, but at the forum on Thursday night with the mayoral candidates. We had a full house there in the building in the tech center, And it's interesting to see how all of us see the same thing differently.
Yeah, our perspectives can be so different.
Yes.
Looking at the same exact thing, but just our perspectives are
I
so
had
different.
a boss back in a, radio commercials are difficult to write because I mean, what are you gonna say? I mean, it's the same stuff. And if it's a car dealer commercial, they're going to yell, and
Yeah.
So this guy would tell me, I would show him pieces of copy, and we'd go back and forth, and he always said, "Remember, perception is reality, and your perception, Mr. Buckland, is very skewed."
We we all think that about the other person, and then sometimes we just get humbled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on mentioning that forum that you had that was held last Thursday, the mayoral election. Just some information on that in case anyone is wanting to vote. Registered voters must live in the Alva City limits. Early voting at 427 Barnes will take place Thursday, February 5th, and Friday, February 6th. So that is this week. If you want to vote early, you can go to 427 Barnes, and that's on Thursday, February 5th, Friday, February 6th from 8 to 6 p.m. Precinct voting will be February 10th, so that's next Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So make sure
So what do
you
you
get
got
that
to be
done.
to be a voter?
You have to live in the Alva City limits. So you and I are
We're
not
out.
eligible to vote.
We're out.
Yep, that's right. So
But we have an opinion,
we always have opinions.
and mine will be different than yours, so we probably
We
would have
never-
nullified each other anyway.
We never know. We never know who are, like we just never know. So
I don't
anyway.
know why anybody would want to be a mayor. I don't know why anybody would want to be a county commissioner,
Any sort of like
city manager,
Politician.
just
I mean,
shoot me in the foot.
And what's great is that there are people who are willing. Again,
Yes.
different perspectives.
Different perspective.
We all have a different calling, and so my calling is not to be, in politics, but I'm glad that there are people who are willing to do so.
Exactly.
To step up and take that leadership role, to know that you're going to be stepping into a position that, oh man, there's going to be half the population that loves you and half the population that can't stand you.
That's exactly right.
So you're putting yourself into that position. And so I just commend everybody who is willing to do that. And it's just really awesome.
I won, and if one is the right word, to an organization one time 10 years ago probably, and there were quite a number of votes, and me and this other person had the exact same number of votes.
Mm-hmm.
So they talked about it on the floor of the thing there, and decided to draw out of a hat.
Oh, yeah.
So I got drawn to be this position. And so a guy who is a mentor of mine was there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're walking out, and he said, "Well, what do you think?" And I went, "Well, I think it's okay." He said, "Well, look at it realistically. Half of the people in there hate you. And you did absolutely nothing to win. They just drew a piece of paper that happened to have your name on it. So if that helps you get your ego out of the way, then I'm blessed to do it."
There you go. There you go.
So I always think, and I thought this at the forum the other night, both of the guys, both Joe and Joey who were there, Mr. Ferris was away, but he he did some video that they played and we watched and listened to. But Joe and Joey both saying the stuff that now that I don't want to say that. It sounds like they did something wrong. They're both agreeing that we need to be more transparent with our city government. And the only way to be more transparent is to let everybody do what they can't do now, which is come to the meetings, be a part of the meetings, call your councilman anytime. So they're all saying, call your mayor anytime. So the correct answer, I guess, is yeah, we need to be more transparent, which is fine until you get the office and they're calling you. You know,
Right.
You're the person they're calling, and you've said to them, "Call me anytime."
Yeah.
Just call me anytime.
Yeah. Well, and I think that we as citizens need to remember that we can always go to a council meeting. We can always
A lot
do
of
that.
people don't know that.
We can always go to a council meeting. You know, I may be incorrect on saying this. I think they're the third Monday of the month. I may be wrong in that. So it's out there on the airwaves, but, you know, you can always check the city calendar, and that agenda is posted each month, you know, on the city offices as well. So you as a citizen can always go to the city council meeting and listen in and know what's going on. And then by knowing what's going on, you can actually then go talk to your council person. And even more, you know, Marianne is at those meetings and she posts those videos. So you can watch the video and see what's going on. You can read the paper and know what's going on. You can do those things. You can be a proactive citizen, not just being an armchair warrior typing whatever you want to type on Facebook, but you can be an active part by showing up. So we, in order to, you know, gripe about things, know what's going on, you know, and let's be kind about our words, you know, like that's something too, is sometimes, you know, you get a burr in your side and you know, things don't come across friendly. And so just, I'm thinking, always be kind, you know, as we talk to our people, because they are people, our mayors, our city council people, anyone in a position, they are people, you know, so we don't have to be ugly.
You know, you mentioned Marianne and the paper. That's an area that we're really blessed in our part of the country.
Yeah.
Newspapers are going out of business. All newspapers are getting smaller, or most newspapers are getting smaller. The Alva Courier has had to make some necessary cuts in how they do things. But we are blessed with the Courier and with the Newsgram in Alva. We're blessed with the Woods County News, Winoka Enterprise in Winoka. We're blessed with the Freedom Call. I mean, those are good. You know, I do a lot of stuff where I'm gone, so I come back into the farm. Like I got in Sunday morning about 2:00 from working a deal in Oklahoma City. So this one doesn't count because he wasn't at the office at 2:00, but I'll come through Winoka lots of times at midnight. And Mark is the only light on downtown in the newspaper.
Yep.
You know, putting the thing together.
And that's the way it is with everything. Here you're coming home at 2:00 in the morning. We don't know everything that everyone puts in behind the scenes. You know, like we just see the finished product of stuff, having no idea what it takes to do behind the scenes. And so just keeping that in mind as we look at things, as we look at businesses, as we look at people, as we look at positions, whatever it may be, like realizing that so much more went into
Oh boy.
just the surface level of what you see.
You know, I did my cousin Lorna's, or got to do a part of her memorial in Winoka on Saturday. And what I'm referring to here is you were a part of the committee, a very small committee that did the 5-year reunion in Winoka, which was in October?
August.
August? August?
Last year in August.
Okay. So,
Well, August, September. Yeah, I guess it was August. It was Labor Day weekend, but it was still August.
okay, the first, yeah, yeah. So, I'm thinking what a blessing that was to, and I'm sure to a lot of other people too, but to my cousin Lorna, who, because we didn't have, in Winoka, we do a reunion every 5 years. Well, we didn't do a reunion 5 years ago because we
Right.
were all measuring for masks and, trying to decide who was going to cook dinner in rotation because we're going to be here in the house for a while, that kind of stuff. So we didn't have the reunion. So Lorna had not been back to see her people that she graduated with in 1963 for 10 years. And she was in the middle of the thing and rejoicing with, people that she ran with back in the 60s, and they're reminiscing. I mean, Winoka is a very different place. But think about this: the banner line on the newspaper, the one Mark has now, Mark Carson in Winoka, it was owned by the Fishers then. The banner line said, when I was very young, 2,000 by 1960. And when 1960 rolled around, the census of Winoka was like 2,014 people, something like that. It's now 703.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a very, very different place. So all those people, Lorna graduated in 1963. She was there when there were 45 people in the marching band, and she was one of them, and all of that stuff. So she's rejoicing with the people that she graduated with, and then 4 months later, we're doing a memorial.
Yeah.
That's such a blessing that you guys did that, and you were very small. It was a very small committee. I mean, wasn't there like 5 of you?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, and thanks. I mean, people didn't know who to thank, so I doubt that you got thanked very much.
Oh yeah, we did. I mean, and I just, you don't have to hear it. I mean, I don't have to hear it, but it was a great weekend, and I'm happy to have been a part of it. There was a lot of stress leading up to it, but our group worked really well together, and we had a great time.
Same thing here in Alba. I got to be a part of their reunion just a little bit.
Yeah.
A great celebration.
Yeah.
Great celebration.
Yeah. So I just, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes that we don't always know. We don't know about. I don't know all the cords that you're gathering up in here as you guys go out to your sports games and all of your remotes that you do. I don't know all of those things. We don't know all the things that it takes to put that on. We don't know all the things that it takes to put on a concert at ABC or at Nightlight or in the Northwestern Theater. All of the work behind the scenes. There's going to be a play coming up over Valentine's weekend. There's going to be a senior capstone, one of the students' senior capstones happening in the theater at Northwestern. And we don't know everything that goes behind that. The alumni or the Sports Hall of Fame that happened this weekend with the foundation, all the work that goes behind the scenes on that. And it's not just with the Northwestern Foundation, but, also with the athletic department and just, all of the moving parts and all of the communication. And that's what it all comes down to is good communication. If we can just communicate with each other and communicate, not just communicate, but communicate effectively. Effectively.
Yeah.
Because some communication is not effective.
Exactly.
So
we've got some stuff coming up, just like you're talking about. The local shows, the one in Winoka, 4-H and FFA, will be this Saturday, and then Monday it starts here in the county, and it's staggered. So I'm going to get somebody on with on the Rose and Ben show on Thursday to go down the schedule of what shows what days and stuff next week. You usually start out with the sheep show. I don't know. We'll get it for sure. And then they graduate, if you will, from there to the district show in Woodward. And then the big deal is OIE, which is huge in Oklahoma City. So it's that time of year. Cade Kennedy, who is segueing in his job of associate SID at NWOSU, from basketball to baseball, softball, and all kinds of balls. So bring us up to date on that. But he brings us up to date as our producer director. So it's a whole different role. It's very important.
Well, it was a busy weekend, to say the least, for Northwestern. Baseball starting, softball starting yesterday, basketball still going on, of course, with the Hall of Fame game. That was an amazing event, as always, put together. Northwestern men able to get the big win over Arkansas Tech in the Hall of Fame game. And then tomorrow, actually, at 2 p.m., if you've got nothing going on, or, some people work for a living, most people work for a living, but if you're not working tomorrow for any reason, 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, it's the home opener for Northwestern baseball. They take on Newman University. Should be a fun one there. Northwestern baseball 2-2 went up to Colorado and split a series with Colorado Christian. Softball's actually playing right now. They're up in Branson at a tournament up there, taking on Sioux Falls and Upper Iowa University today. And then basketball going on the road this weekend, going to Arkadelphia Thursday and Saturday to take on Henderson State and Ouachita. Big games still on both sides.
And then Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, you took young Cooper Johnson, a freshman at OU, and went to Medford and watched two somewhat close games.
Yeah, so we went out to Medford. The Medford Lady Cardinals, still as good as advertised with the Killian girls, but they're one of those teams that they'll continue to get better, which is crazy to say that they'll have one more year next year. I don't want to see what that's going to look like for a lot of teams, but it'll be good for Medford. But other than that, the OSSAA districts came out. They decided to do a big live stream Saturday morning, had their whole selection show type of deal. Winoka drew Arnett as their district, so they will go out there. I want to say it's February 13th is when they'll be announced. It's only a 2-team district this year. The 3s and 4s aren't as prevalent anymore, so Winoka automatically should go to regional as well, and that regional is going to be in Eric, so that would be a long drive for Winoka.
But Eric is a wonderful place to go. I mean, the Roger Miller Museum is in Eric, Oklahoma. You got to see it to believe it. There's a crazy bus stop in Eric, Oklahoma. If you get a chance, ride on out there. It's worth the time. So Jody, we're up to date now on high school and college. Are we up to date on your stuff?
No, let me tell you everything that's going on.
Please do.
Okay.
Please.
All right. We got a little serious today, talking about mayoral and all of that. But happening this week, some things that you might want to know about is tonight, the Friends of the Alva Public Library has mocktails and masterpieces, which is $30 per person. That's from 5:30 to 8. If you want to sign up for that, you can call the library at 580-327. I think that says 1833. My eyes are failing me at the moment looking at this. So, again, early voting for mayor starts on Thursday and Friday from 8 to 6 p.m. at 427 Barnes. So do that on Thursday and Friday if you're not going to be able to vote on Tuesday. This Thursday from 11:30 to 1 and again from 5:30 to 7 at the Tech Center, if you have a small business, they are talking about small business needs. So you can go out for an open discussion designed to identify and address the needs of local small businesses. And that feedback is going to help shape future trainings at the tech center, as well as classes, and just helping them know what will better support your small business. So if you want to be in on that, head out to the tech center on Thursday from 11:30 to 1, or if that doesn't work for you, 5:30 to 7, February 5th. That is this Thursday, right? Yes, it is on Thursday. And then it is the first Friday. It's February, so that means that it's First Friday, and that means First Friday Art Walk. We've got the First Friday Art Walk this Friday, Fabrics of the Heartland for Graceful Arts Gallery and Studio. That's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. on the downtown square. It's also let's see, Dollar Cookie Day from Delicate Delights Baking Co. And I think that is the host there is Alva Beer Co. So if you head on down to Alva Beer Co. on Friday evening, you can catch in on that Dollar Cookie Day from Delicate Delights. And then on Saturday, Haas Miller is going to be at Alva Beer Co. Actually, this is a great month. Every Saturday of the month, there is going to be live music either at Alva Beer Co. or at the Nightlight. So keep that in mind. This week, as I said, is February 7th. We've got Haas Miller on February 14th. Grab your Valentine at Alva Beer Co. They have Ethan Shoulders on the 21st. It's the Bison Band. And then on the 28th at Alva Beer Co., they've got Henry Zollner. And then at the Nightlight, it is The Great Divide. The Great Divide is playing at the Nightlight on February 28th. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite, and just if you will search Nightlight Alva, the tickets will come right up. Or you can even check out our calendar that we post on alvaok.net/events. If you scroll down to the Great Divide, we have a link there on our website where you can go straight to there and get your pre-sale tickets. So lots of stuff going on in the month of February, lots of live music. In addition to that, there's some great classes out at the Tech Center. Check those out. Our businesses are going to be putting out lots of things for Valentine's Day. We're actually starting to take orders for llamagrams out at the menagerie. So,
wow.
Yeah. So
I got my llamagram 1 year ago.
Last year you got a llamagram, didn't you?
I did.
We brought a llama in.
right about where you're sitting.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So I probably should have used that as that photo as the
I'd be happy to sign a release. We can still do that.
As our flyer. Use you on that.
If you get confused about what's happening at Alva Beer Co., Carly will be on with Rose and Ben this Thursday morning, and she's going to do what you did and go through all of the stuff that's happening in February.
Yeah.
So we'll have a reminder.
You can always subscribe to the newsletter that we put out each week, alvaok.net. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Yes, there is a sign up on alvaok.net if you are not part of our newsletter. So to get signed up, we typically send those out between 3 and 5 on Monday, depending upon what we've got going in, and if we have any last minute submissions or anything like that. So make sure that you open up that email to get your newsletter, and we have all the flyers right there so that you can either download those or put them straight into your calendar so you know exactly what's going on.
That now covers.
I think that covers
up
it.
through February anyway.
Yes.
So remember about 17 minutes ago, I was saying that radio copy is hard to write. Remember that? Okay, I wrote one over the weekend that I've got to get the okay or not on the client. May I run this by you and you see what you think about it?
Sure.
So this would be a radio commercial. It would probably have some, I don't know, guitars behind it probably. Hi, this is Ben Buckland here to recommend a product to you. So you might say, well, of course you do, Ben. You're going to recommend it because it's advertised on your radio station. So sure, recommend it. Well, okay, fair enough. But I'm doing it because I use this product, so I know a little about it and I like it. It's a relax and recover fitness pod and does a bunch of good things, including helping injuries heal and increasing energy and endurance. The pod is here in Alva or close by and ready for you to try. The University of Oklahoma uses these for their athletes. Lots of universities do. The new world champion breakaway roper uses it lots, and because she's swinging the rope above her head all the time, she even uses it on her horses. There's a ton of other good things about it, but I'm out of time. Do yourself a favor and call Kai Pierce at 580-341-0250 and say, hey, I want to try out your recovery fitness pod, not because your niece, Taylor Munsell, is the new world champion breakaway roper and she uses it, but because Ben recommended it.
There you go.
What do you think?
Yeah. So I love that with Restore Holistic. What is that? What it's called? Restore Holistic Wellness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know of it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're one of our chamber businesses. Kai is one of our Stores Without Doors members, and I've been in the pod. Have you done it consistently and found some results?
I was consistent until I became inconsistent on Snow Nanza 2026 date. So I'll be sliding back in there. But
Red light therapy is so good for you.
Well, and I notice a difference because I got so much stuff that hurts. I mean, most of the stuff I've driven in the last 70 years, I've wrecked half of. So, I mean, there's some, yeah, it does good.
Has Kai talked to you about her testimony of using it?
I'm not sure where you're going with this. We've talked about it.
Yeah. I'm just like, I mean, the reason that she's
even a barrel racer.
So the reason that Kai even started it was because she saw so much good happen in her body, like all sorts of just wonderful things happen in her body, and she was traveling for it, like to Edmond or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, what can I do? Because she's going to Edmond, once or twice a week, and so she's like, hey, what if I do this? What if I take this? What if I do this myself and get one and offer it, and then I can do it.
One day a week
locally.
She takes it to Buffalo, and people love it out there.
Yeah.
The coach out there doesn't push, but will suggest to the athletes that if they're hurting to try it. And so on.
I probably need to get back with her. I've done it once, but I have not been consistent with it, and so I'm just, that's one of my issues is the consistency of things.
Yeah, we have issues. Okay, with that
we won't go into all of that.
We're going to shut this baby down with we have issues.
We all do.
Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you Thursday morning. It'll be Rose and Ben. With the radio. Rodeo has nothing to do with rodeo, but maybe someday. Well, thank you, Jody, for Chamber Chats. We actually did it on Monday at noon like we're supposed to.
But we won't next week.
But we won't next week because we do it except when we don't.
Yes.
So we won't next week because Jody has a board of directors meeting, and God knows what Cade Kennedy has up on the hill going on with baseball, softball, basketball, badminton. Have we got a badminton team? We do not have a badminton team. You cannot let her in badminton at Northwestern, so don't be coming down here trying out. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We now switch you back to what we laughingly call regular programming.